Hello everyone, this is Ron Simplified Myers. Today I wanted to talk to you about a subject that I was having with a few people on the subject of 98% of people failing. We know it's a subject that's talked about all the time. People have different reasons why they believe it occurs. I guess the most popular reason people say is because people are just lazy. I personally don't buy into that concept. I believe that the 2% are making sure the 98% don't find out what it takes to be successful. Now I know I'm going to hear people saying, well, you're just giving the 98% an excuse. Well, that's your view, and everyone has the right to their own perspective. But my thing is, I understand that just like with elephants are taught when they're little, they put stakes in the ground, they make it where it's impossible for an elephant to get away. So they're fighting as youngsters, doing everything they can in their power to get away. Eventually they realize they're not going to be able to pull this stake out of the ground. As they get older and become adult age, which they probably, once they get older, they could probably pull the stake out, but they have been trained not to fight. The fight has been pulled out of them because as a youngster they saw they couldn't win. So they bought into the ideal that they can no longer get away. They can even teach an elephant to pick up the stake, move the stake from one location to another, place the stake down on the ground, and it ain't even in the ground. And the elephant is convinced that it cannot get away. That's scary stuff. Just think about it. The elephant has been programmed that it can't get away. Now, we all know in reality, all they got to do is just move. But he's or she is programmed that they cannot move. We've even heard with jars, you put an insect in a jar, they'll jump, trying to get out of the jar. Eventually, they keep bumping their head on the jar lid, and they'll stop jumping. Well, you can take the lid off at that point, and they'll jump just enough where they won't bump their heads. Why? They have been programmed not to jump any higher because of fear they're going to hurt their head, and then also they realize they couldn't get out anyway. So at that point, you can put the jar down and they'll just jump just enough, but they will never jump out of the jar because they've been programmed. We also believe that happens with human beings. People have been programmed that they can't get out. Now, you have some people that are still bumping their heads and they're still jumping. Those are the people you can show business opportunities, you can talk to about, you can change your life, you can do that kind of stuff, and they're going to grab hold and they're going to move. Majority of people, which may be the 98%, I ain't good with these numbers because I don't know where people get all these numbers from anyway, but the majority of people are at the point where they're not jumping anymore. Now, we've all heard that saying, they go, well, Ron, you can lead them to water, but you can't make them drink. Well, I'm a firm believer that if you put salt in their oats, they will ask you, where is the water? You got to talk to me in anything. Well, that was Mochi, he had to get his little part in there. But anyway, the bottom line is, at that point, you don't have to talk them in to anything. They're begging for water. The challenge is most people haven't figured out how to put salt in people's water or what salt that particular person will need. So because they lack the skills to get people to move, the easiest way is to throw a label on a person and call them a quitter, a loser, lazy, and all the other labels that we have. The key is you're just not skillful enough to get them to move. Now, I'm not saying you need to take the time to learn that skill because for some people, they just don't want to do it. They'd rather find the people that are ready to go and work, and that's okay. My point is quit labeling people. And that's also another way of saying quit judging people. Most people have been, the energy and the belief have been drained out of them. They need someone that believes in them. And we've all heard that saying, sometimes you got to find somebody that believes in you enough until you actually believe in yourself. And that's real. So the key is, if you lack the skills to get people to move, that's okay. I'm not telling you to take the time to learn it. But quit putting labels on people. That's another way that people feel better about themselves. Somebody was talking about that today, about negativity and positivity. Why there's so much negatives. Most people are so negative because their self-esteem is so low that they need to have someone that they can look down on, that they can call lazy and losers and all the other things, so that they feel better about themselves. Here's the key: accept the fact that people don't look at the world the way that you do. And if you're willing to take the time to learn how to get them from where they are to where they want to go, then learn the skill. If not, leave those people alone and quit putting tags on them. But anyway, that's just my opinion. I just thought I'd throw that out there. I just keep hearing this 98% of people failing. We keep throwing that out, and then people start feeling bad about themselves. My whole purpose, those that know me, is my goal is to get people to believe in themselves and to understand that the things that you want in life, all the gifts that you need, are actually inside of you. You got to quit listening to people on the outside anyway. I'm not saying that people don't have good advice, but listen to what they're saying. Weigh if it's moving you where you want to go. And the way you figure that out is listen to your insides. See, you have been blessed with a gift inside of you that will tell you if that person is leading you in the right direction or wrong. I don't care if they're making money. See, we get so caught up in the fact that, well, they're getting paid. What does that mean? There are criminals that are getting paid. There are people in the mafia that are getting paid. Just because you're getting paid don't mean that you're living right. The key is you got to figure out if what the person is doing is guiding you in a direction that you want to go in. And then follow them if that's the case. And your feelings will tell you if it's right or wrong. So anyway, listen to your insides. It is your connection to your higher source. For me, I believe in God. I'm not telling people what to believe. I'm just letting you know that inner feeling is there for a reason. Listen to it. This is Ron Simplified Myers signing off as your partner in success in life, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.